Photoshop. I might get extended. Ini itu sebenarnya. Can I have long discussion? Kasih.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the GEA Institute, our first research symposium 2022. My name is Miss Melanie. I will be your host today. With me, I have research assessor Miss Jane Leong, and together with me, I have Mr. Aswan Harris. Alright, so I believe everybody is very excited to see our classmates of research students to showcase their research topic, Introduction. So without further ado, let's invite our first research presenter of the day, Stephania.
Thank you, Miss Melanie. Hi everyone, good afternoon. I would like to take this part to show my gratitude to our director, Mr. James De Souza. I know you're watching us from live at campus right now. And okay, I would also welcome to Miss Leong. Thank you. And also I would like to introduce myself as well. My name is Stephania, research student GEA Institute. Alright, before that, let's get straight forward from my slides. Is a study on investigating on how parents working from home affects the lifespan of the child. So the topic is about parenting discipline. Let's move to the backgrounds. Yes, this is the background. I have written some information about the results. I would like to share about the information for my research. During the current ongoing COVID-19, mitigation measures by the health authorities, children were struggling with mental health, struggling with school challenge, mental health and learning challenges. A majority how school services has been implemented and noted difficulties during the online schooling. Can you skip first? Can we skip all?
Alright, so there has been some technical issue. Let's give Stephanie a little bit of courage and a little bit more time. So let's welcome the next research presenter, Wee Wee.
Hi guys, good afternoon everyone. Today I'm here, I'm going to explain why I choose this research. Okay. Don't you feel amazed sometimes when you see all this technology? It seems so easy and beautiful. especially when you are a business owner and you are trying to create some marketing campaign, but then somehow you don't know who you target to. So this is where AI comes in. Let me give you some background on AI. Okay, AI is first coined by John McAtee in 1956. He coined that AI is a term of machine intelligence that have the ability to mimic and think like human, and also AI is able to solve problem using algorithm and data. So what problem? Based on my research on the AI, 116,000 of 75% of the marketer believe that AI is the fundamental of the business code, and also AI is able to improve your revenue by significantly in 41%. So let me just lead all this into my personal experience, and also why I choose this research is my motivation is because of I have a strong interest in AI. So back then when I first have my mobile phone, which is Sony Ericsson, there is not much inside that mobile phone. So when I switch into smartphone, I discover all these new technologies, especially inside the phone. It's called the Siri. There's also called Alexa. And also when you go and search in Google, there is chatbot, and there is there is a chatbot, and there's also a lot of things that you just discover when you first started using the smartphone. So this encouraged me, to find out more what can AI do. So also in near future, I would like to, implement AI in my own project, in my own business in future, because I believe that AI, like I said before, AI is the core of the business. If you apply AI, it will, it will help you a lot more to do for your business. And then also, as you can see, AI is our daily life. AI is in the phone, AI is in the fridge, AI is in the smartwatch, AI is everywhere. So, and also when talking about this AI, I believe that you want to know more about the impact on the society after I conduct research. So number one, I did mention earlier that AI is also will increase your revenue stream, but also it will reduce the cost of you as a business, because AI is able to automate a certain thing that you don't even need to employ somebody. You just have to employ AI, because AI is a technology. Of course, that AI also is will be able to run for your business 24/7. And also the other thing is AI can help you to reach your market broadly, which means that even when you are in Indonesia or you are in the Philippines, you are able to target those customers that you want to target outside of that country. And also when you see that happening, it will increase your customer satisfaction, because AI is able to help you to answer certain things that we as humans couldn't do. So, and also when talking about that, when you see all this big data in the screen, you'll be able to gain some insight about what to do next for your business, who you target to next for your business, and then you also will to be able to see what next move for you to target the product and everything. So thanks to AI. Thank you, Miss. Okay, this is for the reference.
Okay, thank you. Wee-Win, right? Can I ask you a question on the title actually? Because it said study how AI can attract the right customer, right?
Yes.
What do you mean by right customer?
Right customer, which means that let's say you are a business owner, right? And then you have all these audience, you have all these customers. They have a different customer. but you can target them broadly, but you don't know whether that customer is actually the customer that willingly want to buy your product. So what I mean about the right customer is your product is delivered significantly to that right customer. That means, let's say your product is for women, and then you don't need to target for men, but you target for women.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mimi. All right, so let's give another round of claps for Mimi. Thank you. All right, well done. Okay, so after some, technical fixing, so let's invite back our Stephania to try another time. Stephania, please.
All right, pardon me for the first mistake. Okay, so let's go straight for my research. The investigating on how parents working from home affect the discipline. So the background is during the current ongoing COVID-19 mitigation measures by the health authorities, children were found to be suffering from anxiety, depression, irritability, and tension. Although the behavior and psychological state of children have affected negatively by the pandemic, and some children have significant fear by the pandemic, and some children have a boredom, sleep disturbance. Is similarly with the caregivers. The percentage of caregivers, 52%, is developed anxiety and depression respectively while being in isolation with the children. The second one, what this says about this? During the COVID-19 pandemic, dramatically altered children's homes environment, especially for low-income families and less of resources. Second, about the motivation. Yes, the motivation about the research. The translation to remote schooling association commitment might be present challenges for families, particularly when children are struggling with mental health and learning challenges. A majority how children's school services has been implemented and noted difficulties with the online schooling. Most parents is trying to show patience, tolerance, and reassurance, and more important, supported, with not knowing how to give best support and motivate for the children and their learning. The transition to remote schooling might be especially challenges for adopted family and other family whose children need highly level of needs. And the second. And who does the research relevant to? Parents, child, teacher, and society. I would like to focus for the parents and the child. I will focus for the parents and child. Why? Because during the COVID-19, it seemed to have benefited, especially for the children and the parents. When most of the time when they are on quarantine, then they will spend more of time at home. So transition schooling for the children might be helpful if one of them, especially the COVID-19 is spread in around all the world. So I will focus for the two sentences, parents and child. This the remote schooling might be helpful for all the society and the reference. And for you to searching for more about the information for the discipline, you might go through I have provide the webs, the publisher and National of the Family Relation, and there we show more about the information. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephania. Actually, can we go back to slide 3? Yeah. Okay, so in your background, right, you said in the United States, today parents, rather than take responsibility for socializing their young. Yes. What about in Singapore? I mean, we are doing the study in Singapore, right? Or maybe in your hometown. What about in the other countries? Because I don't think your research would be focused on the United States, right? So, maybe tell me more about what you know about the situation in Singapore.
Okay, thank you for the question. I would like to share, if the case, I will share about reality, what we face in Singapore, especially for the household. They may have as particular challenges for the children, especially during the pandemic, they stay at home. So in that case, I would like to say about what I have experienced. I have been go to some places with my own friends. What they tell me, what I seen there is during the pandemic that time, they would like to schedule the time for the children to motivate to study at home. Like they give the timetable like this. You will have the time to play because, as we all know, children like to a bit playful sometimes, and they also like to having fun. So what I have seen in some household, they like to they give the children a kind of timetable of schedule that if time to do this is something. Yes, that's all from me.
Okay. So I have another question for you. Can you elaborate more on how is this research relevant to the parents? Because you're investigating how parents working from home affects the discipline of the child, right? So is there any idea about what the parents can do after you find out how it affects them? I will keep the question simple. Parents, right? So they learn, okay, so this is how the situation affect my child. So what are some methods that you think can help the parents guide their children? Maybe spending more time with them.
Oh yes, that was one. Okay. What is the method? Yeah, that was a good thing because when the quarantine time seems to all the family has spent more time at home. One of the things is maybe spend time or the communication because some children love attention. They love attention from the parents, of course. For now, I think that's who I'm familiar with.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Stephania. Let's give her another round of applause. Okay, so after Stephania, let's move on to the next person. So the next person is May, who is going to present on bamboos. Let's welcome May.
Thank you, Miss Melanie. Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is May, researcher student from the GEA Institute. I would like to presentation for about my research title is about the bamboo. So bamboo is the main food source of the giant panda. Yes, next slide. Giant panda. Bamboo is an amazing resource for humans and animals. Can produced by bamboo. Is the furniture, accessory, and daily use products. So my focus on daily use product. What is the daily use product? The daily use product is household items. So you can see the next slide. Yeah. So for example, bamboo dinnerware, bamboo coffee cup, bamboo cutlery, and bamboo cotton bowl, bamboo steamer, and the bamboo straws. So bamboo can be used widely all over the world. Bamboo products have the highest, higher durabilities and can used to be, extremely conditioned. So next slide, please. Yes. So my background is the 75% of using products from the bamboo. So reduce 1 million kilogram of plastic waste every year from next year onwards. Next slide, please. So nowadays, most of people a lot of using plastic. So can you try to change to use the bamboo product? The bamboo product is non-toxic and eco-friendly, and also can pure our air pollution. Next slide, please. So you can check it out from my link. And the next slide. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, May.
Yes.
Okay, go back to the title slide, please. Title. Yeah. Okay. You said that the question is a study on the use of bamboo for producing daily products and its cost effectiveness using modern production methods. So, what's the difference between the modern production methods and the old methods?
Production methods nowadays, most of people are not using the plastic, right? So I trying to announce they trying to use the bamboo products. Yes. So this also can help our pollution. Also, is the plastic using a lot of plastic using us is not good long term our health.
Okay, thank you. So, what you meant by the modern production methods is more like bamboo versus plastics, actually.
Because my focus on the daily use product. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, next slide, please. Can you? Next slide. Yes. Yeah. This one is the reusable dinnerware. Yes, it is. So the reusable dinnerware and bamboo coffee cup, cutleries, and cotton bowl, and steamer, and the bamboo straw. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and then can we go to the purpose benefit slide? Yeah, you say that instead of using plastic, right, try to change to the use of bamboo products.
Yes.
Can you give me some reasons why is it that we are still using plastics instead of bamboo? Since it's non-toxic, it's eco-friendly, there must be something about bamboo that we cause us to not change, right?
Yes. Yes.
So can you give me some of the reasons why we aren't changing into using bamboo products since it's so good, right?
Yes.
For the environment and everything.
Yeah, that was especially for the kitchenware nowadays. For about the restaurant in the hotel. Yeah, trying to use this.
Yeah, I mean in some areas we are trying to use like bamboo products, but majority of us will still go around with plastic bags.
Yes.
Everybody has, right, some plastic things.
Yes,
I'm pretty
definitely.
sure the moment you take this up,
Yes,
this
sure.
is the water bottle is already plastic.
Yeah.
And then I see my file here is also plastic.
Yes.
Why don't we use bamboo files instead then? Yeah, there must be a reason, right?
Because most of people everyday use in daily life, right? So it's some people throw everyday a lot of throw in the plastic in the dustbin, right? So it's okay you throw in that, and also they're very bad for the ocean air pollution. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So plastic is bad.
Yes, it's bad. Good for
Yes.
not good for your
So
health also.
any
Yes.
benefit of bamboo that you want to tell the everybody over here that hey, stop using plastics because bamboo is better. Any reason?
Oh my God.
Like how is bamboo better? Like for example, bamboo is more long lasting.
Yes, more long
Yeah.
lasting. Yes.
Yes, right. So maybe we can all start using bamboo instead of using plastics. So instead of having plastic files, we all use bamboo files. So that's one of the ideas, right?
Yes.
And then how about other benefits? Is there any benefits of plastic that bamboo cannot provide?
Cannot throw, can long using the time, and also your budget, right? So.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there is one point of plastic that bamboo should not be able to provide. Waterproof.
Yes, waterproof. Yes.
Is bamboo waterproof? Yes, no? We have mixed reactions over here. Yes, no?
A lot of answer raising from
Yeah, so let's ask the expert over there, May. So what do you think?
But the one thing is the bad thing, the one thing is the good thing. Good thing for your health. Bad thing is, it's very hard to, it's kind of waterproof, and all that.
Yeah, I think that's the key reasons why we are still using plastics instead of bamboo, right? Yeah, it's because it is actually not waterproof. And of course, I'm pretty sure we want a nice transparent, like I can see one of you here has a Mary, right? Mary Jo has a plastic file over there. I can see what is inside her file. Yeah, but if it's bamboo, then nobody can see, but that's good also, right? Privacy.
Yes.
So if I were to be using a bamboo file, I wouldn't have to worry about, hey, is my neighbor seeing what I'm carrying today? Am I leaking out some important information from my file?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that is something which the bamboo can provide, but the plastic can't, but it depends on the usage. If you want something, for example, a container, let's say you want to keep sugar versus salt, you want to be able to see clearly, right?
Yes.
Hey, is this a salt container or is this a sugar container? Then yes, maybe plastic would be better.
Yes.
But in the case of privacy, maybe we would prefer bamboo products. We
Yes.
can consider bamboo products, right?
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, May. Well done on the question answering. Okay, so let's give her another round of applause. Okay, next is research presenter Masito. She's going to present on something on science. Masito, please.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Sito. I am a research student from GEA Institute. Today, I want to study on different effect of using organic and non-organic fertilizer, determine which is the most sustainable for the environment. What is organic fertilizer? Organic fertilizer decaying of plant and animals. Ingredients like powder, blood, ground bones, or slag with each applied differently. Some organic fertilizer are manure or guano based using growth from livestock, bone bed, and seabird. Here are examples for the next non-organic fertilizer. Non-organic fertilizer different non-organic fertilizer are determined from other sources or mine mineral or crop process. Organic fertilizer can be powder, liquid, solid, which each apply of differently. Some organic fertilizer are manure or guano, using drops for livestock, bone, and seabird. Okay, the next. Here are 17 nutrients of micronutrients. The next. So background sustainable farming sustainable. Sustainable agriculture is farming in sustainable way, meeting society present food and textile needs without compromising the ability for current or future generation meet their needs. My motivation help farmer choose the right soil for sustainable farming, protect the environmental future generation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, can I check with you? Do you know about the cost of the fertilizers?
The cost of fertilizer depends on the size of the bag. Some, the smaller size can be $3.90. The expensive one can be $16.
So which is more expensive? The
More
organic
expensive is a non-organic sometimes. But if the organic one Also some also expensive.
So if they are all as expensive,
Yes.
then why is it that we still produce chemical fertilizers then? I mean, organic we can just retrieve it from anywhere, right?
Yes.
I do know that, from the science class, we can actually even use things like animals' waste
Yes.
as organic fertilizers. So that is something which is available in most farms, right? I'm sure most farms will have animals and all that.
Yes.
So why is it that we are still using chemical fertilizers then?
Yes.
There must be a reason behind it, right?
Yes, thank you so much for the question, Miss. Why everyone still use the non-organic fertilizer? Because can product even more faster. For example, at the farmer right now, you want to produce the rice or the corn. Is in 1 year you can one harvest, one time harvest. But if you use the non-organic one, the chemical one, can be 1 year can be 2 or 3 times. That is the faster way to use. If you use the organic one, it's more slower. It's a 1 year can be 1 time you harvest it. Thank you.
I get it. So probably it's because of the costing issue, right? Then the next question that I have to ask you is, what happens if I'm stuck in between and being sustainable and cost effective? So I mean, if the non-organic fertilizers can give you more crop harvest every year,
Yes.
then obviously if I can afford it, I would use it. But what happens if I am stuck in between being environmental friendly, which means it has to be sustainable, right? And the fact that I want to earn more money because I can harvest more.
Yeah.
Then how would you choose?
I will use just non-organic.
Oh, you also choose non-organic.
Yes, as well. But this is Miss Aria. First thing I will use the organic, yes, but see the slow motion about it. How we cannot feed the whole world. The whole world, the population is more increase and increase. If you use all the time the organic one, how you feed the whole world? So sometimes I see use the non-organic.
Sometimes organic, sometimes non-organic.
Yes,
And then
if always use non-organic can damage your soil. Slowly the toxic can damage all the soil. So sometimes you can combine it.
Then, if that's the case, I will have food now, but I wouldn't have food in the future if I use non-organic. Then what am I supposed to do?
You can find me the farmer, Miss.
I'll find in the farm. Okay. So I'll be like, Mesito, so
Yes.
this time round, should I use organic or non-organic?
This time you can use non-organic.
So probably what you're saying is we might have to do alternates. Like
Yes.
if I were to use organic this time round, maybe the next time I'll use non-organic so
Yes.
that I can increase my
Yes.
revenue.
Yes.
But at the same time, I have to take care of the environment. So
Yeah.
hopefully I won't be using the non-organic so often.
Yeah,
Okay.
not so often.
Not so often.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a mixture. You have to do a mixture because both have their benefits.
Yeah.
But at the same time, environment, we have to take care of it, right?
Yes, true, Miss. True, yes. Especially right now, like the world already, you see, or the increase of the fertilizer. Why the price is increased? Because of the food. Like right now, the oil increase, everything increase. This is we need to find a way. Sometimes I also think about it. Because we need more money to do it.
That's true because at the end of the day, you also need money to buy the
Yes.
non-organic fertilizers.
Yes.
So you need more crop harvest, I guess.
Yes.
But at the same time, you don't want to destroy the environment.
Yes.
Yeah, but that is a good start. Hopefully, in the future, we will all be able to find a sustainable way.
Yes.
Maybe how about maybe someone will develop a non-organic fertilizer that will not destroy the environment.
Yes. So this
Hopefully,
is I come here to see you. Thank you. I need your advices about this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Masiko. Very interesting topic, yeah? Okay, next, let's invite the next presenter is Dwiliana. Let's welcome her.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ms. Leong. My name is Juliana. I'm research student from GEA Institute. Today, I would like to talk about my research introduction on e-commerce business. I'm sure all of you know what is e-commerce business. E-commerce business is selling and buying tangible product and service through the online. And here comes the question: a study on way to improve customer engagement on e-commerce website businesses such as Shopee and Lazada. E-commerce customer engagement is defined as emotional connection between customer and brand. Highly engaged customer buy, promote, and show more loyalty. And by providing outstanding experience providing outstanding experience is an important component of your e-commerce consumer engagement strategy. And let's move to the next. And this is my background. My background information is based on Channel News Asia and Agni Asia. 110 million annual active consumer on Lazada, which is involving 32,000 local and international brands. And also, Lazada can aim to reach 300 million active consumers annually. And next is my motivation. I'm interested to use my research to start my own business in the future, and also I want to guide other small online business owners. And the purpose of and this is my purpose of research: increase customer satisfaction through stronger and more effective engagement. More effective engagement leading to higher profit for online businesses, and also healthy online ecosystem for e-commerce. And next is my reference, and you may take it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Juliana, actually, I have a question for you with regards to to improve customer engagement, right? So, wouldn't that cost money?
Probably no.
No. So, you are intending to look at improving the customer engagement without spending any money at all? No cost?
Yes.
No cost involved. Okay. So if there's no cost involved, then it's okay. But then customer satisfaction, I do know that customer satisfaction is important, but have you considered that there is also another to improve customer satisfaction, right? I'm sure you guys, everybody who shop on Shopee, Lazada, what is the key thing that you guys are looking for? Quality. Reviews. Nobody cares about the cost. Price, right? Cheap, good. Yeah, cheap, good. The cheaper, the better, right? Yeah. I mean, that's the whole idea why we are buying it online instead of buying it at the shops, right? Yes. So I guess that is also the one thing I'm looking for when I'm actually buying from Lazada and Shopee. So yes, customer satisfaction is important. So it's good that you are not looking at increasing any. There's no cost involved, because if there's cost involved, then the cost has to go somewhere, right? Yeah. So good. So is there can you suggest anything at all? Any methods to improve customer engagement so far that you have thought of?
From my side, maybe give me a minute.
Yeah, don't worry, take your time.
Okay. From my side, maybe I will employ digital tools is to engage customer in real time, like live chat, because 79% customer is more prefer using live chat, is because it can immediate give them support at the time they need it, and also live chat is the best tool to deliver exceptional value in terms of engaging a visitor in the real time, and also can increase the customer satisfaction.
But from my feedback from everybody over here, they are more concerned with quality. So So is there any method that you can improve customer engagement and somehow link it to quality? Like somehow telling them like, hey, this is a better product than another product? Maybe something along those lines?
Yeah, maybe I will put the beside the product, there's the description about the product. Made by what, which country the origin, and what the material they're using.
Okay. So, anybody has any other things that you're not satisfied with Shopee and Lazada? Anything?
The price and the quality doesn't match.
Yeah.
Oh, the price and quality doesn't match. Then how do you intend to address that problem? Customer satisfaction, right? Increase customer satisfaction?
Well, probably I will find another supplier who can give me cheap price and with good quality product.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure in this world have this type of supplier.
Any other problems that you guys have not satisfied with Shopee and Lazada?
The logistics.
Logistics. Oh, you see, this is real life customer engagement, right? So logistics. How do you intend to deal with the logistics issues?
This problem logistic issue is maybe I can't control what happened outside, but as a seller, maybe I will try to give them. I will try to convince them about when they will receive the goods, and also understand their pain about their delivery goods.
Actually, I still have one last question. If you are happy with Shopee and Lazada, will you guys actually shop more from there?
Yes.
Yeah, see? That supports your research. Because if we somehow can deal with the problems of customer satisfaction by improving engagement, then of course that will be the most wonderful thing that will happen in the near future. We want quality and good price.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Diana. All right, that's a very good discussion on customer satisfaction and cheap good products. Okay, next, let's welcome. 1 minute. Okay, next, let's welcome Money.
Hello everyone. Here I am Manington Yume, a research student from GEA Institute. This is my question, a study on how to raise capital for an online business. Do you know that even a very successful entrepreneur has to raise capital for their business? According to GoFundMe.com, even the most creative ideas or business plan can only help a startup progress so far. As a result, it is inevitable that your business will need a funding to grow. And also, it is the most challenging entrepreneur phase. It is raising money for business, ideas for growth. Unless you are independently wealthy, you are going to need a fund from others. Some of the backgrounds I have provided here, which is 30.26 billion raised in 2020, and on 2021, 9.2 billion global have raised from startup so far. And also in the past 5 years, Nasdaq has nearly tripled with the market values of several large cap tech stocks, including Facebook, Google, Amazon, and crossing the 1 trillion mark. My motivation why I chose this question. As myself, I always wanted to start my business, but because of lack of the capital, it never happened yet. And so also I want to find the right and easier ways to help the young entrepreneur who is coming up in the future, and also for the freshly graduate who dream of to becoming a successful entrepreneur, success their business. And also this is the most difficult time they face. And it is relevant in the current environment. That is why I chose this question. For my purpose, why I chose this question is to help us to assist startups to raise capital, to get off the ground, and expand and transform it into reality. And also to lower the cost of raising capital, like to lower the cost of interest, to lower the cost of loan, and cost. Some of the reference I have provided here, you may want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mai. Okay, here comes the question. So you are doing a study on how to raise capital for an online business.
Yes.
So can I ask, what's the difference in raising capital for online business versus the regular business?
Thank you for the question.
Is there any difference? It might be the same.
As for me, I think it's the same to do the business from online business and in the reality.
So essentially you're saying that there's no difference in raising capital for online business versus the regular business. Okay, then what do you think investors will be most concerned with when they are investing in an online business?
Thank you for the question, Miss. As for me, I think the more investors will be more concerned to your business plan and how you have arranged your plan to do the business. Was it relevant for the future, or was it good enough to invest for them to invest? Yeah, I think that's the most relevant.
Okay. Then, for online business, right, where would you spend most of your capital?
Sorry, Miss, I have to look that.
Okay, so basically you're trying to raise capital for online business, right?
Yeah.
So in order to raise capital, I'm sure you have come up with a business plan and everything. Of course, the first thing that investors will want to know is, how are you spending your money, right? So what I'm asking is that on top of course, the goods that you're trying to sell, where do you think you'll be spending the most money on for online business? So for a regular business, it will probably be office space or retail space. What about for online business?
Okay, as for me, I think that's the time.
So your time is the most precious for you? Good. Okay, what about website? I guess for online business, the website and marketing should be very, very important, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would think that for an online business, you might consider going into what you will spend the most on should be your website and marketing. That's my opinion. Yeah, but of course, different business have different business models, and they require different things. Well, for it's logistics. Yeah. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mani. All right. Okay, next, let's welcome SP.
Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is SP. I would like to present my research today, which is, as you can see, a study on how working overseas can affect the well-being. And then, so what do you mean by well-being in this case? I would like to say that well-being can be defined as comfortable, happy, or healthy. And in the other hand, we can also say it as like how it affects and how people feel and function. Okay, on both personal and social level. Can I handle this slide, please? Thank you. Okay, here, background. There are 35.96% non-citizens living and working in Singapore, and 10% of expats are sent by their employer, and 3% are financial reason. And besides this, there are also a few people who are sent due to their studies or family backgrounds, and many more. Okay, and 9 in 10 expats are feel isolated, and 48 of them is their friends and family, according to the global health care. And next, motivation. What motivates me is that as I'm part of a foreign workforce, I knew and like I felt and I'm in their shoes, and then also I'm interested to find out more global workforce, how to put them into a positive emotional health, and more people are working overseas, and I would like them to have a happy life and then live a positive and healthy daily lives. Yeah? Okay, what is the purpose of my research? So I would like to improve overall emotional health and for foreign workers as in general, because as you can see, my research question is about working overseas affect the well-being, okay? And also help the company understand their foreign staff and emotionally, okay? And to help the government create a policy that is suitable for foreign workers. And here, I provide my reference. If you're interested, please feel free to. Thank you so much.
Okay, now you said that you are studying on how working overseas can affect the well-being of an individual, but from the background and your purpose of research, I can see that you are more focused on emotional well-being.
Yes, miss.
What about the physical aspect?
Can I rephrase the question a little bit?
Okay, so basically, well-being is a very, very general topic.
Yes.
So it includes, your emotional well-being, your physical well-being,
Yes.
to even things like dental well-being, like, hey, do I get dental benefits?
Yeah.
Am I well taken care of? Do I eat enough food? Or for example, if I'm a Muslim, do I actually get halal food?
Yes.
So all these are part, also can be, emotional well-being, but you are missing the physical aspect of the well-being. So can you maybe elaborate more?
Okay, thank you, Miss, for the question. Yeah. When we said about the physical well-being, it could be working out. It could be like because like for foreign workers, we do not have so much time to have our own time. In the morning you wake up very early, afternoon you come back so late, so you don't really have time for yourself. But besides that, what you can do is that when you are not fit in physically, your mental could be even affect. So what important is that like in your own home, you can do something like a simple workout and stuff, and then on your day off, feel free to walk around, see things with your friends and families who lives here, and then I think that could help. Yeah. Thank you, Miss.
You actually mentioned a very good point on the fact that some foreign workers wake up very early and actually get back really late.
Yes.
So can you elaborate more on that? So maybe any ideas about how to improve that area?
Okay, in that case, thank you so much for asking this one. So this is why I mentioned that it is important to understand by your employee here. Help company understand their foreign staff emotionally. So this could come together with physically, mentally, and emotionally, like I said. So because let's say if they gave us enough time, if they gave us some time to speak to them, what we deal with our daily lives, like they could spare some time for us to reflect on ourselves and have some time for us to, like we said, if you go early in the morning, maybe try to give them like some enough time to work on them for during the afternoon, or if they come a bit late, allow them to come a bit late, then let them have time for their morning and doing their own stuff. Yeah.
So from what you said, I can see a very important point that keeps repeating, which is time.
Yes, please.
So essentially, am I right to say that the emotional health is also pretty much related to the physical well-being in that sense? Because if you have enough time, then you will be able to rest well and do things that you enjoy, that you like.
Yes, please.
Right?
Yeah.
So-
Doesn't all of us feel that way?
Yes?
Yes.
Everybody agrees?
Do we?
Time
Of
is very
course, time is
important.
very important, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And
If we have time, we could spend time on our handphones, like let me just write on like WhatsApp or Instagram, whatever. We can speak to our friends and families, so that could also help us with our well-being also. Because as we are working overseas, we miss our friends and families also. So time, we need time to watch the phone. We need time to go for jogging, to the gym and stuff. So thank you.
Yes. So the other thing that I catch from what you say is social life.
Yes, that could be also.
Yeah. So that social life, I guess, is also a pretty much important part of your emotional health.
Very.
So is there any particular aspect of social life that you think would really improve emotional health of the, individuals working overseas?
Okay, in that case, I can say that I think it is important to provide some, for example, there are some people who could deal with their deep inside, they could feel so isolated, they could feel alone. But I think it is important to provide some counseling services, such as like through employees assistance programs, like what that MOM does. So like on Sundays, there is a home that like that for foreign workers that we could go and stuff like, and then there are many more things that I do not mention. But in that case, I think it could improve your social life and do some of those activities. Yes, thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
All right, thank you, SP. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. Very good discussion on the, on the well-being, emotionally and physical well-being as well. Okay, so next, let's welcome the next research presenter, Cecilia.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I'm Cecilia. I'm a research student of GEA Institute. I'm here, I would like to share my research introduction. My research topic is technology. My research question is an investigation on how AI can reduce the cost of digital business for e-business. And I will give you some information about the background. Did you know that AI has nationalities and passport? Sophia is an example of AI that has been obtained guaranteed citizenship in Saudi Arabia. And AI was invented by John Marchetti in the year of 1956 to 1958. As you can see here, 64% of large organizations leverage the power of AI to automate their marketing, such as Amazon and Alibaba. Digital marketing, according to KPS.com, there are 58.4% of the total global population are social media users, and according to Buffer.com, almost 90% of them. According to Buffer.com, almost 90% of marketers says that the social marketing effort have increased to exposure for their business. Okay, according to Nasdaq.com, it estimated that by the year of 2040, it estimated that 95% of purchases will go through e-commerce. That's mean in the coming years there will be no more physical store as all things will go like through online. And my motivation to choose this question is to find out how my motivation to choose this question is I'm interested to find out how AI can reduce the cost of digital marketing for a business, as we all know that saving costs is a very critical part for businesses in order for them to sustain their business. And in the past few years, that technology is growing very fast and all things are moving online, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. The purpose of this research is to help the current and future business in terms of saving costs and with more efficient use of resources that will allow society to help to ensure a higher quality of life. And this is my reference. You can take a look. Thank you.
Thank you. Cecilia, actually I have a question about the higher quality of life. So how does more efficient use of resources ensure a higher quality of life? There is somehow a missing link in between.
Okay, thank you for the question, Ms. Lim. To ensure higher quality of life is when you use the technology like AI, you could save more time and you can automate some of your product or services. You don't have to be there 24 hours as AI will do that for you. Thank you.
Good. Provided the missing link in between. I was wondering how the quality of life has got to do with efficient use of resources. Now you explain it. Great. Now, then you are interested to try to reduce cost of digital marketing for e-business. Can I check? AI doesn't cost?
AI, yes, it does cost, but it will reduce some cost for you because you don't have to waste money to target the wrong customer. As AI will do that for you to target the right customer based on data that they have gathered, and they will help you to target the right customer.
Okay, what you're trying to say is that the cost of using AI is still better than not using it.
Yes,
because you might be able to target the right audience,
yes,
and to maybe get more business from there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cecilia. All right. Thank you. Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you. Well done. Okay, next. The next, get ready. Thank you. All right, so next, let's welcome the next research presenter. All right, Roslyn.
Thank you, Ms. Mary.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here presenting my research introduction with my research topic, environment. A research question, a study on the cost effectiveness of solar panels for everyday electrical appliances. Introducing you the private companies provide electricity in the Philippines. La Electricista is a Spanish company who introduced electricity in the Philippines in the late 19th century, and it was taken over by Meralco, another private company who owned by Americans. nearly 30% of the Filipinos do not have access to electricity or experiencing brownouts. This frequently happens especially in the remote areas of the Philippines. The Philippine Development Plan of 2017 and 2022 has set a target of universal electrification by 2022. Solar Philippines, a company that provides solar power battery farm in Palawan and remote areas in the Philippines, and it's now 20,000 people living in there who has consistent electricity. The Philippines faces a population growth and rising energy demand. Dependence on imports of energy supply, the country is highly exposed to oil volatility. Renewable energy technologies have become increasingly prominent in national planning and development policymaking. So the purpose of this research is having insufficient electricity in the Philippines that makes the lives of everyone harder, which makes me embark on this topic to help everyone, especially people living in the remote areas, to have some source of electricity. The purpose is hoping to find out how much it costs to install solar panels for home use and farms, and how efficient during rainy seasons, and to find out if there is alternative ways to get source of electricity. So this is the reference. This is the reference you might want to have a look. Again, I'm Roslyn Fernandez, introducing my research project. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. You said in your background that nearly 30% of Filipinos do not have access to electricity or experience brownouts.
Yeah.
Can I ask what's the key reasons for the brownouts?
It's because sometimes it's too much of usage of electricity, and other times it's the in the remote areas of the Philippines, do not have much access.
Okay, so what you're trying to say is they do not have access, and the fact that there isn't enough electricity.
Yes, it is.
So if let's say you use, for example, if I on all the lights in the room and then it used up too much electricity, then I will end up having a brownout in maybe other parts of my house.
Yes, it is.
Okay, can. Then you are studying the cost effectiveness of solar panels. Have you considered maybe mixing solar panels with other usage? Like maybe wind energy, because you mentioned that how checking how you want to see how efficient the solar panels are during rainy seasons.
Yeah, wind energy haven't searched of that, because I'm focused actually on the solar panels.
Yeah, so you're more focused on solar panels, but solar panels very much dependent on sunlight.
Yes.
Yeah, so which means that during the rainy seasons, then that will be bad. So how long is the rainy seasons in Philippines?
Oh, we have 4 weather forecast in the Philippines. So it's like 4 months rainy seasons. Yeah, probably.
4 months. That is pretty long, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not every day that there is rain. Yeah, so
am I right to say that in Philippines it's mainly sunny, but there is approximately about 4 months where it is rather rainy?
Yeah, it is rainy, but not actually every day it's raining.
But when it's raining, is there any sunlight?
Yeah, there is.
Yes, then I guess it might work because of the fact that as long as there's sunlight, the solar panels would work. It's just a matter of whether you can balance the cost of installing these panels and converting the solar energy into electricity.
Yeah.
So you have, I think you said that you are only looking at the cost of installing the solar panels. What about cost of maintaining the solar panels?
Yes, it is.
Have you actually checked the cost of maintaining? Not yet, right?
Well, it's the cost of electricity bills in the Philippines comparing to the cost of comparing to the cost of solar panels that we're having right now is very, very much lower than the electricity bills. So the main purpose of this research now is how much does it cost to install in the farm for the people to grow their crops and to have more businesses for living.
Yeah, I understand what you mean by that. So, but maybe what I'm trying to say is that you might have to end up looking into balancing the cost of electricity based on all those private companies, right? Versus the cost of using the solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, well, but it sounds pretty nice, I guess. Everybody will hope to have a solar panel at home. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I would say that the use of solar panels is more for environmental friendly as well. It's not just the costing, but also the fact that we can save the environment, which is a very hot topic recently. Right? And of course, of the volatility of, you just said, right, of the oil. So, good.
Thank you. Thanks, Miss Liu.
Thank you, Roslyn. Let's give her another round of applause. Well done on the discussion, very insightful on the solar panel. Okay, next, let's welcome Mary Jo.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my name is Nyang Wan Dim, and I'm a research student from GEA Institute. Yes, first of all, I would like to introduce my research question, a study on why a different generation view workplace relationship differently. Both friendship and workplace relationship are multifaceted relationship and comprise of power, differential, and responsibility and complexity. And the average person, the average employee turnover rate in UK is 10% per year, according to employment website monster.com. And different generations represented in their workforce today provide additional challenge and complexity for managers everywhere. And meanwhile, younger generation are peering in, and the different today challenges come from different needs expectation and age and present and they're developing in the modern workplace. Seeing how the various generations mingle together and working together and yes, live together motivate me to choose this research question. And I wonder how the generation live together and work together and with their own ideas and interests in spite of their age and cultures. For my research benefits is for those company and society. this is my reference, as you can see. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, can you elaborate more on your benefits? You just said 2 words.
Yes. Yes.
So one by one.
Okay. For company, it's just I wrote it earlier. Good relationship make a different idea. A different idea for your company, and feeling of well-being, building relationship with your colleagues, enhance your feeling well-being. And for sociality is social support is an interpersonal transaction between 2 or more people involving emotional conscious instrument aid information and appreciation. Yes.
So I hear that you're saying for a company, it's more like if you're happy with the company, you will be more productive. Am I right to say that? Like
yes,
if you're happy with your colleagues, like Melanie and Azwan. So if they're happy with each other, maybe they become more productive, and because they communicate more often, then they can get their ideas. Like, oh, maybe Azwan will think of an idea, she will share with Melanie, and Melanie will improve on the idea, and then can present to Mr. James.
Yes, correct.
So
it's most important the college communicate between the college.
The communication, right?
Yes.
So at least
the relationship, the relationship.
Yeah, but I have a question with the idea of generation. So generation, what do you mean by different generation? How big is the age gap you are looking at?
I mean by different generation in the workplace. So for example, my workplace, we have a lot of generation X, Y, Z is, or even my add-ons. So different generation we are working together. So different relationship we have. How to say, depends on the person, how the age, like senior, junior. Yes.
So by generation, you are referring to the societal generation of like Gen Z, Gen Y, and then the millennials, the problematic millennials, right? So then, what do you mean by friendship and workplace relationship are multifaceted relationship?
Friendship and workplace, yes. Your friend, also your co-workers, can happen in your working place, can develop when you work long together, and every day you're working with your colleagues, you're facing every day, and it's become friendship also, and then the work college also is, yes, that's right.
So essentially what you are trying to say is that you're not just colleagues, but you are also
like friends.
Yes. Okay. Ken?
Yes.
Then your motivation is pretty interesting. How the various generations mingle together. Now, do you have you in your workplace, in your own experience, do you have any idea what would cause the workplace relationship to break down? Yeah, or what can help to improve? It can go both ways, right? So maybe a small little issue can cause the relationship to go down the drains, or some little acts of kindness might improve.
Yes, there is a lot of conflict in the workplace, in between friends and between the colleagues. So I think that is more important how my research to the for the who are working in the company or everywhere. Yes. For my can I get more time your question?
Okay.
Please.
What I'm trying to say is there anything that people can do to help build the relationship in workplace?
Okay, basically my experience. Okay, basically my experience is, for example, my experience is depends on your interest, depends on your manager also, and there is no one group, and it's like one group. Like here is so many group we cannot work in together with in a teamwork. Yes, I think it's that. I'm not sure. I will get back to you next time.
So I would say that now I guess a lot of you here know some methods to help to improve workplace relationship. Melanie, what about you? What did Azwan do to help build the
Yes,
relationship?
actually now it's more improved after you work finish. Then you just hang out with your friend or with just go join
Have together.
Yes, have time and dinner. I think that also more improve your relationship with your coworkers. Thank you.
So can you give me an example of how different generations view the workplace relationship differently? Any example or real life experience? Like for example, an older colleague tells you that you have to listen to me because I'm older than you, or that's what maybe something like that might have sparked this topic.
Yes, it's totally different idea also. How the senior, how to say that, before they work, the old system and the new system is also so different. So it's how the different of the senior and junior, and also different of the generation. But some are still working, the very old people in the working place, and then now come the new generation, also they are working together. So sometimes it's so many conflicts. Yes, thank you.
Complicated, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give her another round of applause. Very insightful, the discussion between colleagues. Like me and Mr. Haris having prata and dinner together. Yeah. Okay, so next is Ika. She's going to present something which is very hot topic recently. All right, let's welcome Ika.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Ika Fitriani, and today I would like to share with you my research. It's about impact of the fintech on the business cost. If you ever paying something using your mobile or sending money using an app, then you already part of multi-billion industry that's called fintech. Sorry. So here is come to the background. The global financial service market has found skyrocketing recently since 2019 with 135 billion and reached 26.5 trillion by 2022. That huge amount, right? That means you will see more innovation the way we use money in upcoming years. And the company that use the robotic process, it's extremely good to connect with their customer and increase the access to useful insightful data and allow who don't have access traditionally to make use of it and make good traditional decision. Then this service is available for 24/7. my motivation. I have big interest, and I'm really impressed how fintech growing by over the year. And the next, please. The purpose of my research is helping business to save the operational. That means such the time, make it process more efficient, and serving the goods to the customer. And the next is to help SME to access finance and to help the government create policy to assist SME with finance ecosystem. And the next, here is my reference. If you need more about it, please take it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Now, you mentioned about the purpose of the research is to help business save operational costs. So, can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, especially this COVID-19, during COVID-19, people won't able to go to the traditional methods. Let's say, we have to come to the bank, then take to queue, and especially we have to maintain the distance between each other. And the timing, we save the timing, we save the cost. The cost, that means, that's our travel to the bank. When we reach there, probably the bank is already closed. Then we need to come back again to the next day. That is the purpose of the research.
So basically, I don't have to, for example, ask Melanie to go to the bank to deposit money, so she can better use the time to do other things.
Yes.
For example, talking to the students. Yeah. So that is what you meant by that. Okay, sure. But what about helping SME to access finance? What do you mean by that?
Oh, for this one is very easy. That's helping the break the gaps between banks and the business. So that's make it the more easier between both to do the transaction.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I would thought taking the money in cash and depositing it would be faster. But okay, that's a very interesting idea. So what about the government policies?
It's quite the same with the first, but by that it's bringing the government, including in the system. Let's say they make it to work together, so that is make it low risk by bringing the government in.
So what you're trying to say is the purpose of the government is to reduce the risk.
Yes.
For example, maybe providing
now we have a lot of scanning, something like that.
So maybe anti-scams, or they provide maybe an insurance policy.
Yes.
Like I think currently with deposits in the bank, they do have certain policies to prevent this kind of scamming issues from happening. And I think it's even for like bank institutions closing down and all that, they do have certain policies to guard against that.
Yes.
So that is the thing that you're looking at to help the government create the policies. Okay, sure. Now, so essentially, am I right to say that your business cost is mainly in terms of operational costs? Yes. Okay. And the fintech that you're talking about is more on payments.
Yes.
Mainly on payments of like purchases and all that.
It's not only that, but most of us is used to transferring money. That is included by that, and the most thing that give our customer is more convenient to do the transaction. Let's say we don't have to walk to the bank. That's need to send the money, but we just click using our mobile, then okay, I will send it to my home country, or send it to my friend, or send it to the school. That's good.
So am I right to say that you are also helping the business to get more revenue in that sense?
Yes,
if it's
definitely.
easier,
Yes.
I want to buy something, pay.
Yes.
I don't even think about it.
Yes.
Rather, as compared to last time, maybe if I were to see something in the middle of the night, I will have to, okay, tomorrow I need to go to the store and
Yes.
get it.
Yes.
But the time tomorrow comes, I think it's okay. I can do without it.
Yes.
So you can add on something to the purpose of the research?
Yes. As I said that this
Yes.
service is available for 24/7.
Correct. So but then,
Yeah.
So there is a lot of benefits of using the fintech, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So the purpose of the research can add a little bit more in the sense that, you yourself mentioned that it's 24/7. So if that's the case, then convenience on the part of the business as well. So they can, while Mr. James is sleeping, he is still collecting money.
Yes, that's definitely.
Yeah, so that is the very, very, so that it's not just operational cost, right? It's also helping business save time.
Yes.
Time is money.
Yes,
And of course, not just the time, but also increased revenue, because it doesn't give people that much time to regret their decisions, especially when you're purchasing things online. I'm sure many of you here bought things online in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And then after that, the next day decide, oh my goodness, what did I buy?
Double 11 sales.
Right?
Especially when you
Yeah,
want five.
Yeah, especially when they say 12 midnight sale, only for 1 hour, time limited sale, and then everybody just start clicking, and then after that you regret, but too bad, too late. What is done is done. So technically you are helping, to increase revenue of the business as well, because of the convenience.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita. Alright, thanks to technology. Alright, thank you. A round of applause for her. Okay, next, let's get ready to hear something about learning. Alright, let's welcome Judith.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Judith, GEA research student from GEA Institute. So from here, this research project is aimed to the learning effectiveness for adult learner with the use of Zoom video communication technologies. From physical classroom to Zoom online have been part of the pandemic realities and acceptance among adult learners. And adult learner typically characterize a person who is at the age of 25 and above is involved in form of learning for personal or professional reason. And learning outcomes is defined as the degree to which the learning effectiveness has been achieved. So I want to share the background of the. So in the background, in the secondary data show that more than 90,000 of higher education institutions have been using for learning for Zoom, and the use of Zoom video communication technology have been going up in between 2019 to 2020 from 10 million to 300 million daily meeting participants. And the purpose of this research project is to increase the learning effectiveness for adult learners. There is that education can be continued for adult learners with the help of technology. Yeah. And its benefit. This communication technology is a benefit to both learners and educators. Let's see how does this benefit. for a learner that it gives you a flexible time, and also you can interact in the drawing, and also that you can engage in the virtual classroom regardless of your location. And for the educators that they can expand their impact across geographic to reach more students and offer new learning opportunity. And this is the references that you can look at. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Judy. Now, anything that is beneficial will definitely have their own problems, right?
Yes.
So, can you tell me what are some of the issues you face when you are having a Zoom meeting?
From my experience, that right. For me, that sometimes it could be I don't have from right now. For me, I don't have any electric problem or something. But in case some area they have like electrical, because of this electrical problem, they might not be able to join Zoom. Or maybe for some people, they might be a bit difficulty understanding. But this is not that really problem. But because of this, they can eventually go and look up at the LMS, so there is not that really problem. Yes.
Okay, you said that one of the benefits is that there's higher level of interaction and engagement.
Yes.
Can you elaborate more on that?
Okay, it means that with the use of the technology, you will get more information by yourself. So you get more knowledge. You will go and more like because now I have been using from my learning for Zoom also, that when I'm going to try for the reflections and the quizzes and the tests, I have to go and do information collect. So I got more like higher quality of the learning. Yes.
Okay, good. Now, am I right to say that there is a missing portion in the benefits with time?
Yeah, it's
right?
time
You mentioned that many times over, but I don't see in the slides. Yeah, but I can hear that you are actually mentioning that you save a lot of time, and you can, because of the flexibility, you have to travel down all the way to the campus and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So time is also one of the things which is very beneficial with Zoom. Now, any other things that the class can think of? Do you all actually enjoy Zoom, or would you prefer to have in-class lesson?
Voices from the floor.
Yes. Yeah. Why?
It's more. I think it's clearer can understand and more understand.
Yes, this is the reason that I'm going to look for. I'm going to do the research that I want to find out how that's really effective for the learner, so that we can find out what is the solution for this.
Yes. So it's actually a good thing that you're hearing feedbacks from your classmates,
yes,
because they are giving you very, very good input that some of them says that they understand better. So that is probably one of the problems that we have to deal with this Zoom meeting. That it affects your learning effectiveness, right? Learning effectiveness, learning outcome. They said that it's easier to understand in person, in campus. So of course, that is one thing that we have to deal with. Now, can you think of any method that can deal with the problem of understanding? So one of the key things is can understand better, right, in class? Yeah. Any idea?
To increase the learning, do you mean? Yeah. Using the technology. Yes. For this case, right, we can measure their learning effectiveness using the we call the summative assessment and the informative assessment. So the summative assessments mean that like quizzes or like tests, exams, and also for the informative assessment is that ask them giving them assignment and a reflection. Yeah, from there that we can improve the learning effectiveness. Yes.
Yeah, good. So I would say that you are in the talking about the direction of testing to see how much the students understand, and then from there you can provide help to them in the if they are weak in certain areas.
Yeah. For example, even we can be test on the one some student the one that who is using for the Zoom and who is for the physical class, that we can be testing how does the learning this Zoom affecting that or whether it is not affecting that. Yeah. By like using the summative assessment or informative assessment. Yes. This is how we can use for the measurement or also like assessment.
Yeah, good. So, well, looking forward to what's coming up next about this study.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. Another round of applause. So maybe one of these days, Judith, let's have a one-on-one on campus, face-to-face. Yeah. All right. So let's hold up the thought. Okay. So next, let's welcome Juliet to bring us a very interesting topic. Welcome, Juliet.
Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Juliet Soto, a researcher from GEA Institute. Today I would like to introduce you my topic, which is all about work and technology, a study on how has the use of robot improved the safety and health of the workers at the construction site. So, as we all know that working in a construction is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. So, nowadays, robotics are becoming more common. So the global robotic market was valued $27.73 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach $70.41 billion by 2026, registering a CAGR of 17.45% during the period of 2021 to 2026. So the market estimates for the industrial robots consider the new robots installation across the industrial and the users. Okay, so what are construction robots? Construction robots are a subset of industrial robots used for building and infrastructure construction. So construction robots don't require food, break, or salaries, and robots cannot die or get permanently disabled. So, what is a construction safety? Construction safety is any safety procedure that is related to the construction industry. Like, for example, safety training, site security, and use clear signage throughout the site. What is a construction site? So construction site is a place where a building is being built or prepared. Or a construction site is an area or piece of land where the construction work is taking place, and this usually implies that buildings or houses are being constructed. So my motivation is to leverage technology and encourage industries to develop or to adopt technology solutions to address leading causes of fatalities and major injuries. The purpose of this study is to help the firm or companies to better understand the complex and fast-changing world economy and to encourage firms to use robots for the safety of the workers. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, question time. You said that robots do not require food, break, or salary. They cannot die. They cannot get permanently disabled. What about, is there anything that is not good about using a robot? Anything that is good definitely has something that is not that great. Anything? How about I give you one example? Electricity. Human beings don't require electricity. So just now we have a presentation about how electricity is not very readily available in Philippines, right? So what happens if I'm having a construction site in Philippines and I'm experiencing a brownout or no electricity? Then that is a problem, right? So that is one of the issues. So any other things that you can think of?
Like, for example, like, what can you explain it?
Okay, so I'm asking you for what is not that good about a robot. So robot has a lot of benefits, like you said, improve the safety and the health of the workers. Okay, but it, of course, it has a negative impact on the environment because robot requires.
Yeah, like for example, the robot can reduce the employment. Yeah, and the workers can reduce workers.
Then the foreign workers will not like you. You are taking away their jobs. You are taking away their jobs.
But actually, robots can create more jobs.
Okay, so can you explain more in that area? So you are saying that robots can create more jobs. Can you elaborate?
Yes, because robots can help the companies to prevent some accidents. So they can help. Robots can help the workers. Robots can reduce injuries from the companies, and robots can help the companies. Robots can help cut costs. I can say they can help cut costs because they don't require food and break and salaries.
Yeah, but they're expensive to buy and they require charging time, right? So I mean, anything that is good will definitely have something that is not beneficial about them. So I do agree that robot can improve the health and safety of workers at construction site. Awesome. So have you ever seen any robots at construction sites? Anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Not on construction site.
Not in construction site.
In the cleaning area. Yes. So far not yet.
Not yet, right?
No.
Okay, then do you have any ideas of how to implement
The restaurant.
in construction site? You said you want to study on how the use of robots improve the safety and health of workers at the construction site, right? So can you think of, have you read any articles where they have already implemented robots at construction site?
Like in construction site, like the drones one, the mapping, this one is using for surveying and inspection services.
Great.
Yes.
So that is the example that I'm missing. Great. Okay, thank you.
Okay, then thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juliet. Very insightful on the robots, yeah? So I hope some days we can see some robots flying around or moving around in construction site. Okay, so, alright. Okay, next, without further ado, let's invite the next research presenter. It's Sun Teng. Let's welcome him. First guy of the day.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sun Teng, from a research student from GEA Institute. Today, my research question is a study on how to motivate the employees who work remotely. Share some background. The first, we got 8 types of motivation. The examples, the first one, the incentive motivation. Like we go to work every day on time for the whole month, so we can get like 200 extra for your attendance incentives. Another one is like sales quotas. The sales people, if the sales reach the certain amount, they will get extra percent of the incentive. For the second one, the achievement motivation is we do our work not only for the money, like the doctor create a new medicine. They rather to help the people to cure the illness rather than getting the money. For the power motivation is we do our best to perform well, to get promoted, so we have more power to in charge of more duties. For the working remotely is working at home instead of working in the office. So the next one is a study on how to motivate employees who work from home. Did by Noor Hanim Rahman from University Technology Mara. The first research question is how does flexibility influence work from home availability? Is this one means does the company allow us to work at home, or do we have workspace facilities and environment at home? Does the company allow us to work flexible time? The second one is how does work-life balance influence work from home motivation? The employees who work at home save a lot of cost and time commuting to the office. So this one increases the employee satisfaction also. But the big challenge for this is the boundaries between work and life. So we have to know when we should switch off. The third question is how does work performance influence work from home motivation? The employees, the whole day we have the task. If we finish faster and early, so we have more personal time, and the employee satisfaction will increase employee creativity and productivity. My motivation is interested to empower remote workers to make them to create more values for the company and can get more benefits also. With the COVID-19, many of us start to work at home. It is become a new trend. More and more people are enjoying and prefer to work at home. So how about you? Do you like to work at home?
Definitely.
So my purpose is improve productivity for remote working and make remote working more satisfying. So in the end, they can help the management and the employees got a win-win situation. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Now you mentioned the 8 types of motivation. So do you know whose theory is that, or where do you take these 8 types of motivation from?
This one I searched from the online. This theory from which I haven't find yet, but it's from like the Indeed the website to see this one. In the future, I will find more for this one.
Yeah, because the motivation is quite an established research where there are actually many established theories on motivation.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering where get that from. Okay, Ken. Then from what I can see, wow, people will love you because you said make remote working more satisfying. So
Yeah.
how does motivating employees make remote working more satisfying? Can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, the company can let the employees who work at home, give them tasks, but the flexible time, anytime the task the whole day you can finish is depend on you yourself, and also the all the your incentives and other salary, all the same or even more higher than who work in the office.
Wow, that's nice. I'm sure Melanie wants that too. Yeah. So essentially, what you're saying about satisfying is more towards the flexibility, that you have the flexibility to control, more flexibility and control over your own work.
Yeah, work and life.
Yeah. So and then you can have a work-life balance.
Yeah, it will make you enjoy working also.
I agree. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Trevor. Okay, let's give him another round of applause. Okay, thank you. First gentleman in the room. Okay, so who are what? Okay, next let's invite Joelle for the research presenting.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joel Gabito, GEA Research Student. My topic is all about population, a study on how more childcare assistance can increase birth rate in aging population. Lately, Elon Musk tweeted that if low birth rate continues, Japan will eventually cease to exist. A statement which angered Japanese citizens to their government for not doing enough to address the issue. Now, imagine, what if your country faced the same situation as Japan? What would you feel, and what you're gonna do about it? To understand more, this is my definition of population. Okay, a population's growth rate is affected by 4 factors. Only a large population can mobilize human resources necessary to build bridges, cities, roads, hospitals, and so on. On the other hand, having a large population depletes natural resources. Global warming intensifies. The idea of reducing the population was started in Japan way back in 1945, where Japan was defeated in World War II. Economically crippled, less wealthy, with 80 million people to feed. To save Japan from disaster, American demographic and theorist Frank Notestein proposed that by introducing contraceptive is a kickstart to a demographic transition. The success of Notice Times proposal has become a global norm. Countries everywhere follow the same idea. Like for example, in Singapore, Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew created an SFPBB to initiate and undertake the population control program. He uses the slogan "Stop at 2 is enough." The policy is considered too successful because Singaporeans were stopping at 1. Low fertility rates become a global phenomenon. Women everywhere are refusing to have more children. They prioritize their education and careers. That in 2008, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong delivered his national address. One of the topic is a national demographic emergency. If low birth rate continues, native Singaporeans become a minority in their own land. To address the issue, the government encourages single Singaporeans to marry and have children in their own, and they provide schemes and incentives. Here is the incentive the government provided. Okay, this is the purpose of this research. I want to know why Singapore has very low fertility rate. Despite the incentives the government provided, yet it doesn't give a positive result. If low birth rate continues by the year 2030, 4 in 4 Singaporean, 1 is considered adult at age between 65 and above. Here is my references. You can take a look. My name is Joel. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. Now, take a look at the government scheme to support couples. Because you're looking at how more childcare assistance can increase the birth rates, right?
Yeah.
So far, is there any schemes to support for childcare assistance? Any of these is for childcare assistance?
Yes, the CGA or the baby bonus scheme.
Okay, but what about help with the taking care of the child? Because that is the focus, right? So any of these schemes can help to take care of the child other than money? Because I guess money is an issue, yes, but of course at the end of the day you need people to be there, and the child cannot take care of themselves, right? They have to be fed, they have to shower, they have to drink water, change diapers. Any of this will help you to do that?
Okay, as of now, my research, as of now, my knowledge, for now, the government, as I know, they only provide cash assistance and subsidize the daycare or child care system. But regarding they provide the physical needs like for changing nappies or other than that, I still don't have any idea for that.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why you are working on this topic, right? But yes, you actually mentioned a point that is not part of this government scheme, which is the only scheme to actually really help childcare, the subsidized childcare facilities. That is so far the only scheme, but somehow it's so you mentioned a lot of schemes. Yes, that's good, but of course, can you elaborate more on the subsidized childcare?
Okay, the subsidized childcare. As for now, in Singapore, there are 2 types of institutions that provide childcare. For example, the private-owned, which provide a better and quality services. On the other hand, in the government, semi-government subsidized, which is half private and half government, they offer low cost and better services as well. And yeah, I think that's necessary. I think that is necessary in Singapore because most of couples here are working parents.
So I guess that is one of the schemes that actually do help the couples in that sense, from what you're saying, because the rest is just more of cash and of course I think the government paid parental leave is also part of the childcare assistance, I guess,
Yes.
because the fact that the parents have more leave to take to bring the child to see the doctors, to be there for them when they need them. Yeah. So what do you think about that? Parental leave. So far, I think paternal leave is lesser than maternal leave.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, for me, I cannot really relate to this because I'm still not employed. But for me, that would be better, and especially for women, because you can have time bonding with your child, and if you can, on self, you can see the development of your child, and I think that's the parental bonding is more important than other people who take care of your own child.
Yeah, I think that's true as well. So no matter how much childcare assistance that can be provided, at the end of the day, you cannot leave out the parents, right, from the development of the child. Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. All right. Next meeting, maybe next time we can make use of some robots. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so without further ado, let's invite the next research presenter, Liver.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lilibert from GEA Institute Researcher. Today I'm going to talk about my research topic, health and technology, where health is one of the most important in our daily lives, and the usage of technology transformed the process in healthcare services. With no delay, let's go to the research question. A study on how increased access to mobile devices can lead to improvements in the provision of healthcare services. As we all know, that technology innovations driving in healthcare industry towards digitalization, the shifts from paper to mobile, and one of the uses for mobile technology in healthcare services is to connect patients' records instead of using paper. To continue, let me give some background information. Medical technology has evolved into a smaller portable. For instance, our smartphones, laptops, tablets, and more. And despite all technology has offered, there are still 33% of the world population remain unconnected, and the majority of these people are located in Southern and Eastern Asia and in Africa. As a global healthcare industry facing an unprecedented number of challenges, from aging population, staff shortages to rising costs, mobility is rapidly emerging as the desired solution in healthcare services. To improve the lives of those living in rural areas that are far away to healthcare facilities motivated me, as rural residents often encounter barriers in healthcare services that limit their ability to quickly obtain the care that they need. The increase of digital communication has been beneficial to many parts of society, and I have covered here two major areas in healthcare industry. As we can see, we have physicians' productivity. The impact of mobile technology in healthcare services is far-reaching, not only to make their job easier, but also can improve a lot of patient satisfaction. Unlike the traditional, mobile devices enable patients to quickly send messages, schedule appointments, connect to providers 24/7. Mobile devices is now a big part in people's lives. For more information, references provided. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now, any examples of how mobile technology has been used to improve healthcare services? Any personal examples or anything that you have seen before or anything you have read?
Based on my example, my experience, it's more easier to communicate to our providers because, as I said, we can easily send messages, contact them. Even our providers is out on duty, wherever they are, we can contact them, and it reduces for the patients traveling because we can ask information whether we need to go down and see the doctor or we can just stay at home.
Actually, yeah, that's true. And in fact, in Singapore nowadays, right, if you were to go into a clinic, you will have to, especially for local Singaporeans, they will just tell you, can you please log on to your SingPass?
Yes.
You scan the QR code and then you'll be linked to your SingPass.
Yes,
and from there, all your information will be sent to the doctor. You don't even have to tell the doctor what's your name. You go there, scan the SingPass, okay, you are Lilibeth.
Yes. Maybe here in Singapore, we cannot really experience those difficulties because, as we all know, Singapore is a developed country. But in my country, for example, in Philippines, is been having difficulties, especially those living in rural areas.
In fact, it is also pretty useful for, even in Singapore, elderlies who have difficulty communicating with their doctors.
Yes,
because
correct.
everything is stored in the digital database, they can just take their phone. Nah, take a look. This is my problem. This is what I have. How do you want to deal with me? And they, the doctors can, hey, I know this patient. From what I can see, he has this problem, this problem, this problem. Okay, we better be careful. Right?
Yes, correct.
So it kind of is pretty beneficial. That part I do agree. And you can look at some of the things that has already been done. In fact, for hospitals, I think they are still using the traditional manual records.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is very slow because I have been to a hospital, and in order for you to see the doctor, your file has to reach the doctor. From the data room, they have to say, okay, I sent in a request to get my data. Someone has to go down and bring the data up to the clinic, and then at the clinic, the doctor you have to wait for people to sort them out first, yeah? And then, finally, they move the file to your doctor's room. By then, you probably have waited like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes, correct. Waiting time is the most frustrating when we go and visit.
Yeah, so maybe even if the clinic is empty, you just have to wait. Simply because your file is not ready. They don't have your file yet, they have to go down all the way to the data records room, which can be all the way at the other side of the hospital. And then they have to go and get it.
Yeah, that's why I want to work with this to encourage everyone to do that digitalization, to make more engagement between providers and patients. And
Any other examples that you can think of? Like how it's you said the ability to speed up diagnosis, right? And ability to quickly obtain their data. Any personal examples that you want to share?
I just want to share what had happened in my place because of most of the rural residents, especially in my neighborhood, because they don't have really that knowledge about this using digital, and some of them is not doesn't have any phone actually, and when they don't have any, what is the trend right now, they don't know. So it's like it's sad to say when the COVID hit, it's like some of the people just than without knowing what their condition. Yeah. So.
That's a very good example of why this research is important.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lilibet. Right, another round of applause for Lilibet. Okay, medical now is a very big issue, yeah, and it's also very a hot topic. Okay, so without further ado, okay, let's hold that thought, yeah. So let's welcome the next research presenter, Sarabjit.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Sarabjit. Today the topic of my research is all about health and technology. I'm going to talk about it, the health. To keep the body in good health is our duty. Otherwise, we shall not able to keep our mind and clear and strong. Technology. Technology is the best when brings people together. My question is a study on a way to make a new technology more user-friendly for the older generations. Here is my background. I choose two background information about the millennials and boomers. About the millennials is who born 1981 to 1996. Millennials almost 100% all use internet. About 93% people have own smartphone, and about 86% they have social media. Typically have a multiple social media account. About the boomers who born 1946 and to 1954. Boomers only 85% have they use internet, and only 40% people have a smartphone, and 33% they have social media. The biggest consumer of traditional media. About my motivations. But my motivation is to explain the benefits of many older adults must maybe hesitate to use a cell phone or computer because they don't understand is the benefit. However, explaining the benefit of the technology to a senior can make them interested in learning more about it. For example, if someone likes to read a newspaper or articles, they can read online from their favorite writer, and they can read interested stories of their favorite writer. And about explaining the value of internet, showing a senior how easy to get a video calls and chat with the friends they haven't seen many years on a Zoom call. Explain the value of technology. Senior can book a doctor appointment online and order grocery for the home delivery, and they stay up to date with the latest news. About my purpose of my research, the first one is to increase the productivity of both millennials and the boomers. Advance in technology over time have enabled boomers to reduce the time required to improve the quality of the result in healthcare for thousands of years. For example, boomers and millennials are able to identify their health problems using the internet, and that is not possible before. And my second one is increase the awareness of on online platforms. With the greater awareness on the platform, people in the community do not have the visit clinic as information is available online now, and they may be able to identify their health issue. My third one is reduction of the human errors. technology is not be able to produce accurate result that reduce human error such as calculation error and timeliness. There is my reference you can look at. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Sir, what is currently preventing the boomers from using new technology?
Boomers is like
the older generation, in other words.
Yes, boomers, they are not using for the phone because they cannot use the technology. They maybe don't know how to use the technology, and some people not interested to
learn new things. So, well, I guess sometimes when you get older, you might not be interested to learn new things.
Yes.
We prefer to stick to our old ways.
Yes. Somebody telling them you do this and that, then maybe they listen, but otherwise they don't want to do themselves because from them it's something can do though for them because they are maybe lazy or they are not interested.
Yeah. Sometimes it's because probably most of boomers are also not as educated as the millennials, I guess. The education also plays a part because you can't use an app if you cannot read the instructions on the app. Right? Yeah. So I guess then the question, okay, go back to your research topic of health and technology. And then your research question is, so can I ask, how's your research question got to do with health?
Because it's because of the health. If older people have a health problem and
so maybe something like what the previous presenter said about the app being able to send information faster.
They don't interested to using phone because if their fingers and their mind is not working because they are already their mindset is not active like new generation.
So what you're saying is that making the technology more user friendly for the older generation, so that they will learn something new and be able to use it, and so keep their mind fresh.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarahji. Very interesting. Huh? Okay, I think you and Lilibeth's presentation can actually link up together. Something, somewhat, somehow. Okay. All right. So I believe you guys have actually fed with a lot of information earlier, and I guess all our research presenters are a little bit need some wash up. Okay, so how about let's take a 5 minutes water break. So we will be back soon. Yeah, so 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Alright, I guess everybody have a very good workshop time, yeah? Okay, so let's invite the next research presenter, Ellen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ellen Verness, a research student from GEA Institute. Technology is becoming an essential part of business industry. In today's world, one of probably most dominating technology is the technology, and the vast major using it is the artificial technology, also known as AI. In our economy, technology plays a major role. As a study shows, technology will help the economy's sustainability, stability, and growth. And for my research question, is about the study of how AI can improve service quality of e-business. What is AI basically? AI is about machine learning that study and process the data that it gathers so it can relate to whatever output it will receive. And when it comes to service quality is a qualitative measurement of services that you provide as a business and how the consumer react to your services. And according to the statistics, 85% of customer services is being use AI technology, such as chatbot, because chatbot is open and widely available 24 hours a day. And because of the vast and major usage of people using online technology, using like platform like e-business, which is e-business is basically all your businesses that deals with technology like AI for the services that you provide. And digital assistance usage worldwide will double up from 8.4% from 4.2, which is almost a double because AI is increasingly needed in our economy. And a massive 91.5% of businesses have an ongoing investment, including financial services, health services, online shopping platform, and social media. Some of the example will be online platform, Amazon, social media, Netflix, which it recommend whatever you want to use, whatever you are expected to watch on the specific time and a specific day. And the motivation of this study is me as a consumer. During COVID-19, I've been affected that I cannot go out and buy my services. I cannot go to the physical shop to buy my needs. And COVID-19 pandemic has massive impact on every businesses. It even have a massive impact for the supply and demand of our economy because we cannot go out and the people cannot supply to us too. But with the use of AI, we all can connect together. The business can connect with the consumers. The consumers can connect to the business, vice versa. And business and to business can connect easily. And during COVID-19, our government actually used AI to detect our location so we can pinpoint the spread of coronavirus. And for the purpose of benefits, it reduced marketing costs by automating strategies. Automating means once you check the services, it will automatically recommend what product you're looking for because the machine will learn all and process the data that you input on that AI technology. And improve customer relationship as AI chatbot, as I mentioned earlier, it is available 24 hours online. And it also can connect to your consumer straight away the moment they click your services or businesses. It maximizes
ROI. This is where the economic sustainability that I'm mentioning at the earlier of my presentation is AI can help consume lesser energy, which is useful for economic sustainability. Lower production costs, which is we needed for the economy's stability, and better decision making for the business to survive during pandemic. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ellen. Now, you said that 85% of customer service interactions were responded to by AI chatbots, right?
Yes.
Have anyone ever experienced, or have you, actually, let's start with you, have you ever experienced anything bad about AI chatbots?
Yes, Ms. Liang, thank you for this question. Actually, AI has a big limitation. It can only process data that is limited to what you have input to it. And sometimes, like me, I ask some question to this kind of business. It cannot pinpoint what I am exactly looking for sometimes, because that kind of AI is not advanced AI, because in everybody's knowledge, AI has a different stage. Advanced AI and lower AI. Thank you.
Yeah. AI actually has a lot of problems, like when you ask them questions, sometimes they give you weird answers and you're wondering like, hey, that's not what I'm asking, can you stop replying me? Get me somebody real. So I guess that some AIs are good because of the fact that they can work 24/7, but there are of course, some things that are not that good with the AI chatbot, because they are not exactly, very well developed yet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so.
And that's the limitation of my research, actually, Ms. Liang, because as this research is also trying to see how AI can improve service quality, which is how can we check the service quality if our AI chatbot is very limited? So yes,
sometimes it might even decrease the service quality because the customer got so angry that your chatbot is answering all the wrong things.
Yeah. But actually, Ms. Leong, one of the best services that AI usually handle is, the online platform like as Amazon. They have a really good AI chatbot that can really target that and respond to according to what you're looking for. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Personally speaking, I have encountered many times of the AI chatbot. Cannot answer my question. Then I have to press the 0 for assistant. Okay, so without further ado, let's invite the next research presenter. She's going to bring us a very interesting topic relating to eating healthy and vegetables. Okay, and personally, I think she's very fit. Okay, let's invite Zara.
Good afternoon, and I would like to welcome to our special visitor, Miss Leong. So today, first of all, I would like to introduce my name. My name is Zahara Sanchez, a research student from GEA Institute, and today I'm going to introduce, or I'm going to represent you about my research introductions for the vegan diet. So let's start for our research question and investigations of vegan diets and how can lead to weight loss. So here are the backgrounds for the vegan diet. Vegan diet was coined back in 1944 by Donald Watson, and vegan diet excludes meat and seafoods. In addition, vegan foods will never contain in any meat products from animals and agriculture, such as lard, whey, or gelatin. Next, please. So why did I choose vegan diet as my research? Here are my motivation. As you know, I like to eat fresh and healthy foods like vegetables and fruits. So it makes me motivate to bring this topic as I have a passion for a healthy living lifestyle, and also I want to help to solve the problems about obesity that the whole world is facing. And the purpose of this research is, first, help the consumers to lose weight for their proper diet, and the second one is help the companies to prepare a healthy food for the options for the consumer as well. And the third and the last one is to help the government to create a suitable health policies for a healthy living lifestyle for everyone. So that's all my research, and if you have any questions and if you want to know more about my research, here I will give you my references, or you can ask me, and I am very happy to give you more information. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Personally, I am not a very healthy person.
Sorry.
Oops. McDonald's for something?
Maybe
breakfast today.
Oh yeah. Maybe I guess I can motivate you to eat
Yeah, that would be good. It's a good motivation. Now, I just have a question of your purpose of research to help companies prepare healthier food options. Now, would the company be more interested in preparing healthier food options, or would the company be more interested to make money?
Regarding for your questions, I guess yes, both. For me, I guess it's both. I'm not really sure about this, but if the company knows that your research or this is very essential to their companies as well and for everybody, I think they won't hesitate to put their effort and also to help and to accept this research for them.
I would say that if it's tasty and it sells,
Yes.
the company will be more than happy to make the food, right?
Yeah.
So is there any way that it can help to reduce the costing? Because I do know vegan food is not cheap, and most consumers, general consumers, might not be able to afford that kind of price. So any ideas that you can do to help to reduce the costing for those companies?
Yes. Like for example, if the companies they have their own like go green, like the some of the companies I guess they can buy some land and they can grow their own plants like that. I seen this from the other countries that the companies now is developing for the technology for the plants and also to supply for the how to see this, to supply for the communities. And I think I suggest that I will encourage everyone to make our own, to grow our own plants in our house, so that of course we don't have a shortage and maybe we can less the cost for this. Because if you have your own plant, you don't need to go buy from the market or from the store. Yes.
A personal question. What about nutrition?
Okay, so nutrition is very good, is very essential to our body and also for our health trends. Because if we get the fresh nutrition from which is plants or the vegetables, there is some essential that we don't need some medical, something like we don't need to go to the doctor if we can, if we can cure by some of the plants. So basically, in my own experience, when I was young, like in the old traditions, my mom used to give me some medicines that get from the plants, and also we had some plants that if you have a stomach pain, you can use this plant to cure your stomach. And also, one thing is that is most essential also is you can get from the vitamins. Like, is anyone of you familiar with atis? In Philippines, it's a yellow fruit. this one is good for your health in your body and also for your brain. Yeah, so yes. So that's my warnings for this. So I would like to encourage everyone. It's not that, well, there's some people they prefer to eat meat, right? But I think if we do the balance for our body, so like, meat, vegetables, and fruits, I think we don't need to experience those health problems, because now the world is facing for the obesity, and also they are facing a lot of health problems like diabetes, cancer. So those are maybe if we try or we eat we use vegan, I think we can prevent those health. Yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Zara. Alright. Okay, so I think Zara personally, I feel maybe someday we can try, having the vegans. Eating healthy vegetables, and maybe Miss Leong and I, or Mr. Harrison together with Mr. Kim, someday we can try it. And I believe maybe we can be more healthy, like a bunny. Okay, so I believe you guys or everyone with us, join us live. Okay, we'll have a lot of questions. Okay, so don't worry, guys. We have actually opened up the forum for you guys to actually raise the questions. And with Zara concluding her research presentation, that comes to the end of our GEA First Research Symposium 2022. Okay, so guys, don't worry. I know some of you guys are very excited to actually learn all your classmates' research topics, and you have a lot of questions to ask them. So stay tuned. So don't worry. We have opened up the forum for you guys to raise a lot of questions. All right. So personally, I'm Miss Melanie. I wish you guys a good evening ahead. So stay tuned, and we look forward to see you guys back again. Thank you, and bye.